Hello everyone, Shark Plushies here, and today I will be comparing the 2024 Matcha Basic Kindle and the Kobo Clara Color. I'm making this video because I actually just bought these two e-readers like 2 or 3-ish weeks ago, and it's been a good amount of time. I think enough time has passed enough for me to have like a formulated opinion on both of these devices. So a little backstory: the reason that I have these two right now, it started when my Books Palma broke. I already made a video about it. Like, I went on a huge rant about my poor baby, and how she broke, and how I ordered the Books Palma 2 Pro. And then in that video, I decided that I would be returning the Pro because I just could not deal with the downsides and the cons, and the fact that it was $400. Like, I couldn't justify keeping it. So I went ahead and I sold that on eBay. Thank God. I got some of my money back, but I didn't get all of it back, but I did get like 90% of my money back. Because of that whole fiasco, I just went on like a mini like e-reader buying spree. I just went to Best Buy like in a random day, and I saw this, and I was like, you know what, this has been under my radar for a while. Let me just buy it and let me try it out. Okay. And then I was watching other videos about people's e-readers and which ones they use. And I had never owned a Kobo before, so when I saw like videos about the Kobo Libra and the Kobo Clara Color, I was pretty interested and I was intrigued. The fact that the Kobo Clara Color is like $160 was like, yes, like it was perfect, because I had bought the Color Soft before. The Color Soft was like $300 something, and then the Books Palma Pro, which has color, $400. Both of those experiences left a bad taste in my mouth, so I was a little bit worried about the Kobo Clara Color, but I read lots of reviews, I watched lots of videos, and honestly I thought that it would be a good replacement to fill that color, that the little hole I have in my heart that's meant for a color e-reader. I felt like it would alleviate some of that distress that I had with the Books Palma 2 Pro. So that is why I have these two e-readers. I also bought this because of the fact that it's really tiny. Like, my hand is pretty small, and then if I bring my Kindle Paperwhite into view, you can see the difference. I don't know if that's a good comparison, but basically I can hold this in one hand and it just fits perfectly. All right, so let me just go ahead and give you like a little bit of information on these devices. If you're watching this video, you most likely already know like what they're all about and the specs and all that. I'm not going to get into the specs like that because truthfully I don't care like that. But basically, this is the 2024 Kindle Matcha Basic Gen 11, 16 gigabytes. And there's really not much to talk about when it comes to this. It's 6 inches, weeks of battery life. Not really true for me, but it's probably just a me problem. Built-in light, and then a USB-C port. So there's really nothing else to it. That's just everything that comes. That's like all the information you get, and then that's basically it. There's no warm setting, which is one of its cons. Honestly, I considered not buying it at all because of that. Like, I'm very sensitive to light, so I need like a warm setting to some extent to read, which is why I bought my Paperwhite about like 5 or 4 years ago. And you may be thinking, well, why'd you buy the Kindle Basic if blah blah blah? Well, I bought it because, one, it's really small and I like small devices like the Books Palma, like hello. Two, my Paperwhite, as much as I love her, she's a little bit laggy and a little bit slow these days, and it really bothers me because when I'm trying to read and I'm trying to highlight a passage, it just like there's always like a lag, and it's very annoying. It basically ruins the reading experience for me. And plus, it's just too big, you know, like it's just really big. It's like 6 point something inches. I don't even know, but truth be told, I felt like it was time for a change when it came to an e-reader. So yeah. But anyways, so let me go ahead and show you this device. So this is the cover that you can get from Amazon. I literally had to drive like 30 minutes to a different Best Buy because the one near my house didn't have this cover. I would prefer the pink one, but I'm pretty sure they don't sell those anymore. Like, they don't even manufacture them anymore. So I just went ahead and settled for this because, you know, it looks nice. Like, the matcha color is just so pleasing to the eyes, and it's so aesthetic, and it's so pretty. And when you open it like this just looks so nice, and it feels really nice. It's pretty easy to hold. Like, all you do is just hold it like that, you know, which basically means that I didn't really need like a pop socket, or I didn't need like a strap behind the case in order to hold it like I do here. Which was very convenient. Like, I didn't have to spend extra money on a pop socket or like a case that has a strap. But anyways, so like I said, this doesn't have a warm setting, which honestly, when I tried it out for like the first week or so, I honestly didn't really notice a difference between this bright screen and one with warm light on it. It's more of like, you know, you don't really notice the difference when you don't have a comparison in front of you, basically. So it didn't really bother me when I was reading this in school. Like, I would go to campus and then I would wait for my next class and I would just sit down and like just read. And honestly, there's really like no difference between that and having a Kindle with a warm light setting, especially when the places that you are, they are very well lit. So I didn't really have a problem. However, at night I noticed the difference. Like, even though I would have it like dark mode, I would still notice a difference. So all in all, I really love this device. Like, I think I am gonna keep it. I'm 99% sure. The thing is that I just haven't been using it ever since I got my Kobo Clara color, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But basically, what I want to say first is that Kindle's ecosystem is very convenient, and it's helpful because it syncs across all devices. I don't know if Kobo does that, but either way, I don't have multiple Kobos. I have 2 Kindles, and honestly, the fact that I can just flick back and forth between them and not have any reading progress be lost is very helpful. It's very convenient, and that's something that I appreciate about Kindle. Even though Kindle is having some really weird it's been having a few issues lately, but you know, outside of that, their ecosystem is just really streamlined, and it's very helpful and very easy to navigate. Something I like is that I could import like my own covers. Like, I would make like EPUBs out of like a cover or like a screensaver, and then I would just send it to here, and then I can just put this as like my screensaver. Like, it's very easy. For some reason, I can't do it anymore. I don't know if it's Calibre or Calibre, however you pronounce that program. I don't know if it's that program just being weird, but I tried to do it again recently, and I could not like have the damn picture be open like this. Like, I couldn't have it be displayed when I turn off the device. Yeah, so I kept my old screensavers. So I just use this one. This is the one from, was it the Kindle keyboard? I'm not sure. I just remember it was a very, very old Kindle device that had this screensaver. And I just downloaded it because someone on the Kindle subreddit shared it, and then I just sent it to this Kindle. And voila, that's basically my screensaver. I really, really love it because if you haven't been able to tell, I love the ocean. So yeah, I just think it looks really, really nice. But anyways, reading this at night was alright. I could tell, like, the blue tintedness of the screen, like, became very obvious once I used it at night. But sorry, oh my god, during the day it wasn't really that noticeable. So yeah, I don't know how many books I have. I think I have like over 100 at this point. I am honestly not sure. But yeah, so I had this for about a week. Let me move the camera a little bit because this is a little bit messy. Yeah, so I had this for about a week. I tested it out, I read on it, I really, really enjoyed it. I love it so much. It's so pretty and it's perfect. The only con is the lack of warm setting, but that's pretty much it. I do recommend it if you're like not really sensitive to light like that, and if you don't really care about the warmth. But I don't recommend it if that is something that you care about very, very deeply. So yeah. Anyways, my Kobo Clara color came in like a week after, and I think I decided within the first 2 or 3 days that this would become my main squeeze. Like, I love this device. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, I'm not gonna say there are no cons at all, but I fell in love with this thing. And honestly, it's basically replaced my old Kindle. Like, you know, like, I love her. This is my 2022 Kindle, but she's been replaced, you know? Like, first off, this one has color, and that is a huge bonus, and it was only $160. I paid $140 for this little girl right here. So this being $160, like, that was really, really, like, worth it. And it has warm setting. Come on. Yeah, so it came in this box, basically. I was going to do an unboxing, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like it that day. So I just unboxed it off camera, and then I just played around with it, and I decided that I was in love with it. Also, I really, really love like the design of these boxes. Like, I don't know, Amazon's is just like, who cares? But this really sells the product. It just makes it look so colorful and so fun. I don't know, I just really enjoy it. But anyways, so I have not bought any books from the Kobo store. I sideloaded all of my books, like everything that I have from Calibre, into this thing. Would I recommend this e-reader if you're just gonna sideload books? Yes, but you have to learn how to actually format it correctly, because some lovely people on the subreddit helped me. Basically, in Calibre, it's best to just connect this via cable, which is a huge pro, by the way. It's best to connect this by cable, and then once the device pops up in Calibre, that's when you can send books directly to the Kobo. And then you also have the option to basically send as a Kobo EPUB, which I didn't even know was a thing until like now. Like, what? It's so convenient because it formats the book basically exactly how you need it to be on Kobo, which is perfect. Anyways, so sending all of my books and fan fiction was very, very easy. So the thing is that one of the downsides of Kindle that I really don't like is the fact that you can't really sort your books into series, and the collections suck. Like, this Kobo still has collections. It's kind of the same thing, except in Calibre you can sort books as series and then send them to your Kobo, and on your Kobo they will be listed as series. So yeah. And then I even have like fan fiction series already like formatted correctly. It's so freaking helpful, because when I go on my Kindle, I just don't like the fact that all of my library is just basically scattered. And the only way, oh my god, the only way to get like a good look at all of your things in one spot is by sorting by collections. And it's just annoying. Like, why do I have to be doing that? You know, why do I have to be clicking all of these extra buttons? And, you know, it's really annoying. I don't really like that. And I don't like the fact that, like, you can only sort by collections this way. And then you just have to, like, click through them, add them like this. But they're not even really formatted as series. And it's just very annoying, and I don't like it. And also, they don't even have pictures on the covers of the folders. It's hideous. I don't like it. I don't know of a way to format books as series, side-loaded books, mind you. I don't know if there's a way, but I just never figured it out. So yeah, anyways, as like I was saying, on the Kobo you can do that easily. Like, I literally just imported like the Priory of the Orange Tree. All I had to do was create a series in Calibre, send it through here, through the Calibre app, and then that's it. It's sorted as a series. It is literally so easy. And then I like how you can literally just click collections. Like, you don't have to click an option to filter just so collections can show up. It's already like a tab, which is so easy. And it's so easy. And then you can also, like, there's also an authors tab. Like, it's like, now that I realize it, it's like bare minimum stuff that should already be on the Kindle, and it's not. And having it on the Kobo just makes me realize, like, wow, like, I've literally been missing out. But anyway, so let me just say, the colors are gorgeous. Like, obviously they're not gonna be vibrant like on an LS. Ignore what I was just about to say. The colors are obviously not gonna be like as vibrant as they would be on an LCD screen. But it doesn't mean that they're ugly. Like, they are just so pretty, and I just love looking at the colors. And the best part is that the warmth setting makes it even better. Like, it just makes everything look better. And on the Color Soft, the screen was too blue tinted for me, and the exact same thing was the case for the Boox Palma 2 Pro. Like, those were huge problems for me. And then the moment that I opened this and turned it on and set it up and adjusted the warm light, I was blown away, because it's not blue tinted. Like, it literally looks perfect. It looks exactly how I want it to look. It looks exactly how I always wanted a color e-reader to look. And it does that. And it was only $160. So, you know, because of that, I am always going to be glazing this device. Like, I'm sorry, but I honest to God, love this device. It's so easy to read on. The settings are really easy to navigate. Well, some of them are. Some of them are annoying. The warm setting is perfect. The lighting is perfect. The colors are perfect. There is a little bit of ghosting. Like, every time like I like scroll through my library, like, you can still see a little bit of a ghosting. Like, right there, there's a little bit of ghosting right there. But honestly, it doesn't really bother me. It's not as bad as it is on the Boox Palma Pro 2. It really isn't. So honestly, in terms of color, this is perfect. Like, this is literally what I've been looking for. And it's a shame that Kindle couldn't really replicate such an easy experience. with the color soft. But you know, that's just how it is. Now over here, I do notice that there's like an extra, like a bar of light. It's a little bit of annoying, but honestly, it's not as annoying as the yellow bar on the color soft. I really prefer this to that. And honestly, it really isn't that much of a bother. Like, I've been able to overlook that. So yeah, to be honest, I'm like 99% sure this is my number one main e-reader from now on. Like, I loved my Books Palma, but I don't trust Books anymore, and I'm no longer going to be buying their products. I love my Kindle Paperwhite, but she's too heavy and too big, and honestly, I just want like a small e-reader to read on. And I love Kindle, but I hate their user interface and how like how your library is formatted on their devices. I don't really like it. So that basically points the answer is the Kobo. It meets all of my needs and it's perfect for me. I didn't make this video just so I could like crap on Kindle, but you know, I'm really just sharing like an honest experience. Like, I compared these two and I decided that this one just has a better price for what it is. Because honestly, this cost $120, the Kindle did, but I had to pay $20 so to remove the ads, so really it was $140, okay? This was only $160, and you get color and you get warmth. So I have to be honest, this is way more worth it. Like, the Kobo is just way more worth it when it comes to this discussion and when it comes to comparing it with the basic. Now, if you don't care about whatever the Kobo has to offer, that's fine. But it's not just the warm setting and the color. Like I said, it's also how the library is formatted and how your books like show up. Like, yeah, they show up like on a Kindle where it's like this huge like list, but you also get these tabs, and you don't have that on Kindle. Unless you jailbreak, and honestly, I don't really care to jailbreak a Kindle. I literally just want a product to work as it is, or as it should, out of the box. So, to conclude my yapping session, I love the Kindle. I love this matcha color. I love how small it is, because it is smaller than the Kobo. I like how portable it is, and it's so cute, and it's so tiny. But I'm thinking of selling it. I most likely won't, but I don't even know. Did I just contradict myself? Because I'm pretty sure I said earlier that I'm not gonna sell it. I'm still on the fence about it, but I love it for what it is. But truth be told, I don't want to be one of those people that just has like a bunch of e-readers and I don't touch them. Like, that's just not me. I don't really like buying electronics just to not use them. I'm still gonna have my Kindle Paperwhite as a backup, but for the most part, I don't really see the point of having more than one Kindle like that. But yeah, so this is a winner. I'm not selling her. She's my baby and I love her now. The only downside is that I don't think you can put a password. Now, I always have passwords on my Kindles because I just don't want people like to look through like my fan fiction collection and like try and judge me and be like, what the hell are you reading, blah blah blah. No. That's why I have like passcodes on my Kindles. But I guess I don't need a passcode, but I'll probably look it up if I can have one. I don't know, but either way, I just wanted to compare these two devices and talk about them because I know in the e-reader community, it's like a hot topic to discuss, like buying multiple e-readers, trying them out, and then there's also the consumerism discussion and all that stuff that goes into it. And because we have so many choices for e-readers nowadays, it's like difficult for people to discern like what exactly they need in an e-reader, especially if they've never bought one before. So I just wanted to make a video that would hopefully help someone decide if they're like on the fence about these two devices. And if they're like me, they really like small devices instead of like big ones like the Kindle Scribe, the Kobo Libra. Like, no hate to anyone who uses those, but to me, I just want an e-reader to carry around easily. But yeah, so that's basically my video for today. Share, like, subscribe, comment, send me hate, I don't really care. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.